In learning any new software, I think the first step should be to get yourself familiar with the user interface, and that's what we're going to be doing in this video. Let's get started. The home screen is organized into the left panel and the right panel. Buttons on the left allow you to navigate, locate, and open an existing file within your system. The new buttons allow you to start a new project and then later on save it as new file. Panel on the right, the icons that you see are previews of projects that you have been working on recently. By double-clicking on one of the icons, you'll be launching that project. Now I'm going to open up an existing file within my system to show you the difference between the home screen and the actual working screen. As you can see, the user interface changes drastically. From this screen, if for some reason you need to get back to the home screen, all you have to do is click on the icon to the right of the big R and it'll take you back. And to get back to the working screen, just click on the same button or the circle icon with the arrow inside. For the next portion of this video, I'm going to break down the user interface into different areas. On the top left corner, you can see a bunch of icons. This area is called Quick Access Toolbar. It is customizable and it is designed to give you quick access to tools that you use the most. Customizing Quick Access Toolbar is easy. All you have to do is hover over the icon that you want to add to the Quick Access Toolbar. Then right-click and add to Access Toolbar. Now, there's a space limitation as to how many tools can be displayed based on your screen resolution. I'm on a small laptop, so I'm going to have to click on the double right arrow on the right side of the Quick Access Toolbar. And finally, if there's a tool in the Quick Access Toolbar that you want to get rid of, all you have to do is hover over it, right-click, and select Remove from Quick Access Toolbar. Directly beneath the Quick Access Toolbar on the left-hand side is the File Management tab. The File Management tab also organized into two panels, the left and the right. As you can see, there's a similarity between the File Management tab and the home screen. On the left panel, you can navigate, locate, and open an existing file. You can also start a new project files. In addition to that, you can save as, export, and etc. On the right panel, you will see a list of the project that you have been working on recently. By clicking on one of the names, it'll take you to that project. To get out from this pull-down menu, all you have to do is click outside of it. Below the File tab is Ribbon. Ribbons are grouped into more tabs and further organized into panels. Ribbons are a collection of tools which group together based on operation. Tabs allow you to select which operation you need at the time. For my students, the tab that you have on your screen should look exactly like mine. But if you were just browsing around and you came across this video, your tab may look a little bit different. It may have additional tabs such as Structure and Mechanical. Now let's dive into Ribbon a little bit further. As I said earlier, ribbons are further organized into panels. Tools that are similar are grouped together within the same panel. For example, Build. You can find any build-related tool such as wall, door, and windows. Any circulation-related tools such as stair, ramp, and railing can be found under Circulation panel. If I want to add dimension or text to my drawings, I will have to go to a different tab. For this, I'm going to go to Annotate. As you can see, all annotation-related tools are grouped together under this tab. As you can see, most of the tools here are grayed out. That means it is disabled. Most of the tools that you're going to be using in Revit are views or object specific. I will get into that later. Now let me go back to Architecture tab. Directly beneath the ribbon is Option Bar. Right now, it appears to have nothing on it. That is because it is sensitive to the tools that is being selected at the time. Let me show you an example. I'm going to select Wall. Now the options that are wall related are populated on the option bar. Keep in mind that what the option bar looks like is depending on what tool is being selected at the time. To get out from this command, you can simply hit Escape on your keyboard. Another way to get out of a command is to simply click on Modify. Now let's have a look at the two palettes on the left-hand side of the screen. The top one is Property Palette and the bottom one is Project Browser. I'm going to start with Project Browser. Revit is a one-file system, so anything that's related to a project will be contained in one file. And you can think of Project Browser as table of content. You can find views, sheets, legend, schedule, and more under Project Browser. Currently, you can see 3D View 1 is highlighted on Project Browser. That is an indication that 3D View 1 is current and active. If I double-click on Level 1, you will see now that Level 1 is highlighted and Level 1 is now a current and active view. If I want to switch back to 3D View 1, I can just click on the tab and 3D View 1 is now current and active. I can also close the tab by just clicking on the X to the right side of the tab. There are a lot more that we can do with Project Browser, and we will be discussing that throughout the semester. Property Palette. Property Palette is, again, view and object specific. For example, now I don't have anything selected, so the property is the property of the current view. But if I select one of the window, you can see that the property palette changes. Right now, the property shown here is the property of the window selected. This window exists on level 2 and the sill height is 6 inches, for example. Again, there's a lot more to talk about Properties Palette, and we will be discussing this again throughout the semester. To deselect the window, I will click on Modify. Just a few more things I wanted to point out in regards to Property Palette and Project Browser. It can be detached from its current location by just clicking on this top bar. And if you have multiple screens, it can be placed on your other screen. If for some reason you don't see this or you accidentally close it, you can bring it back by going to the View tab and then go to User Interface and put a check mark in front of Project Browser and Properties. Now I'm going to put it back. Directly beneath the Project Browser palette is Status Bar. This is how the software interact with user. Right now, I don't have anything selected, so it is showing me how I can select an object. But if I have a tools or object selected, it will show me how they can be interacted with. On the right of the status bar, toward the middle of the screen, it is an advanced option, so I'm going to skip that. And on the far right corner, those are selection tools. Those selection tools can also be found underneath Modify. There are different types of object in Revit. The selection tool allows you to enable and disable its ability to select a certain type of object. Finally, we can talk about the view area. Views are organized into tabs. Currently, I only have one view open, which is the 3D View 1. To open more view, all I have to do is go to Project Browser and double click on the view that I want to open. I'm going to open Level 1. You can see now that Level 1 is highlighted on the Project Browser, and Level 1 tab is the current tab. I'm going to open South Elevation as well. Now, south elevation is highlighted in Project Browser, and on the View area, the South Elevation tab is the current tab. To switch between view, you just need to click on the tab To close the view, just click on the X to the right of the tab. Toward the bottom of the view area is View Control Bar. View Control Bar controls scale, detail level, view style, and etc. of the current view. Let me switch to South Elevation. I can change the scale of the drawing here. Just pick one from the list. I can turn the shadow on or off in this view. On the top right corner of this view is Navigation Palette. Navigation Palette allows you to zoom, pan, and many more. Since I don't use this a lot, I'm not going to cover it. But many people find this helpful, so I encourage you to explore this on your own. Now I am going to switch to 3D View 1. You will see that this is the perspective view, so scale is not applicable in this view. You will also see one additional item on the top right corner of this area. This is called View Cube. You will only see View Cube when you're in three-dimensional view. It allows you to rotate and orbit the view. Obviously, there's a lot more to Revit User Interface, but I hope this video at least helped you understand Revit User Interface just a little bit better than 10 minutes ago. Thank you for watching, and see you on the next video.